Who trained your recruiter? On this episode, we talk to Adam Gomez of Moxie Mentoring. Atlas All Access starts now. Adam Gomez, welcome to Atlas.
Thanks, Rich.
Not that you haven't been here before. You've been here a lot.
Yes.
So, introduce yourself for us. For those that don't know you, introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Adam Gomez. I'm a co-founder of Moxie Mentoring, and I've known Rich for many years. I actually worked with Rich. Our company actually provides training, consulting, and coaching services to healthcare staffing firms.
So, when this started, how long ago did you start?
So it was about 3 years ago. We're in our fourth year right now.
Gotcha. What was the tipping point for you and Sherry? So Sherry Dalton is your co-founder?
Correct.
What was the tipping point? What made you finally decide, all right, we're doing this?
Well, so I know that both of us were really passionate about training. As you know, we were responsible for training recruiters when we worked at our previous employer. Mm-hmm. And I think that both of us really found that to be exciting. When you're in the business long enough, you kind of get that adrenaline rush when you get a placement or a deal come through. Mm-hmm. For us, it started to become more about seeing other people succeed. And so I think that we were at that point where for sure Sherry was number one. She was like, okay, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to kind of, take this career to the next level.
Yeah.
And she kind of rolled the idea out and we ran with it.
How long did it take you to kind of buy into it? Like, okay, yeah, this is a thing.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Sherry is someone that is very good at anything that she does. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the minute that she had her mind made up is the minute that I knew that I had my mind made up too. The fact of the matter is that when she commits her mind to something and is passionate about something, she breaks down doors.
Yeah.
And makes it happen.
How many years experience between the two of you do you guys have recruiting and then training on top of that, training recruiters?
Oh man. So she was a recruiter for 15 years. I was a recruiter for 10 years now. So 13 years in the industry for me, mm-hmm. 18 for her.
Wow.
And so we've got actually added Charity, who you know.
Charity Crawford. Yeah.
To our team.
Yeah.
And Charity had 8 years of recruiting experience, and she's got some coaching experience as well now.
I enjoy what she adds to Moxie through
Absolutely.
The videos online. Fantastic.
She has been amazing. Just sense of humor, personality. She's really brought that to the table.
And then from someone who worked on the other side, who was a client manager, who got profiles from the three of you, right? As we kind of grew up together in the industry, I can tell you I take any one of your profiles, any one of the nurses that you submitted, the three of you submitted to me over quite a few others.
I appreciate
over the years.
that.
So
appreciate that.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe Charity. I'll put Charity up here, and then maybe Sherry, and then
so you're saying I'm on the bottom?
Out of
bottom
the
of the top.
Someone's got to be. Right. No. So,
I appreciate that.
There you go. So, tell me about kind of when you first started out. What was your pitch, and has it evolved over the past 4 years?
Yeah, I think it's definitely evolved. I think that as you know, your business has to change and evolve in order to be successful. Initially, I think that the pitch was, hey, we can help your recruiters be better. Mm-hmm. And I think that our business initially was based on coaching, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
right.
Coaching Atlas recruiters. Really, that was the first step in our business.
We were your first client?
You were the first client.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
Atlas was our first client. And, it started off with coaching. And then I think that, as your needs mm-hmm. evolved, so did our company. Mm-hmm. And so, your needs changed from just needing someone to coach recruiters to, hey, we need help training our recruiters. And so there came the training part.
Yep.
And with that, then as we built our business and started to bring in new clients, we started to see there were different needs, right? Consulting was one of those areas that opened up. Most recently, we found a lot of clients wanted leadership training. Mm-hmm. compliance and credentialing training. So it's really kind of expanded.
That was my next question. Actually, the follow up to that is, I'm sure it had to expand.
Yep.
What if you went into random agency right now? What is the full like product offering that you have? Give us a rundown of everything that you could do.
Sure. So we actually offer training both on-site and online. We train recruiters, we train compliance and credentialing teams, as well as leadership teams, and those platforms are available online. From a consulting standpoint, it's individualized. Depends on the company, depends on kind of what they need. We've worked with companies to look at sourcing. We've worked with companies to look at process procedure, actually outlined standard operating procedures for companies from start to finish. Pretty crazy process, actually.
So each program then is tailored to that company then?
Absolutely.
So give me a breakdown of when you first walk into that company, what are you looking for and how long does it take you to kind of come up with a plan? Okay, this is what I see and this is where I believe we can help you.
Sure. No, first thing we do is we meet with the team. We want to meet with the team. A lot of times we'll do that. We conduct a survey before we come on site, and then we meet with individual teams. So we'll meet with the recruitment team, we'll meet with the compliance team, we'll meet with the executive team, middle management team, and really what we're doing at that point is just trying to kind of get our feet on the ground and see what's going on and really understand, within the company, are there certain struggles? Are there areas where they're not leveraging strengths? And really take all of that information in. Over a 3-day process, we sit and meet with different individuals from different departments.
And then you will tailor kind of the structure from there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You'll say, okay, I can see it's recruiting or whatever, or it's a compliance issue. We'll spend more time here.
Absolutely, yeah. And a lot of times what we find is that it's not just one thing. It's usually, a lot of times it's just small tweaks. It's maybe, for sourcing, for example, maybe it's, we're using a system that worked for us 10 years ago. Why isn't it still successful? And so we have to look at new strategies in those situations.
Gotcha. So let's say because this has got to be just like any other kind of like recruiting job, right? You're recruiting companies now.
Right.
So are you on the phone? Look at that.
Just killed the mic.
Woo. Are you on the phone? Are you talk me through that?
Yeah. So we've been pretty fortunate. So word of mouth has been the way that our business has grown. Experience that maybe Alice has had working with Moxie has led to new business for us. A lot of times we'll receive phone calls from clients saying, hey, we talked with someone else who's mentioned that you helped them a lot. We really like what you guys offer. And business, getting new business seems to be relatively, I don't want to say easy because that sounds bad, but
sure.
A lot of times it's coming to us.
Okay. Well, I think a lot of, we're constantly evaluating what we're doing. And
Yep.
I think as long as you're honest with yourself, there's always places you can get better, right?
Absolutely.
And there's never been a company that does what you guys do. There isn't another company out there necessarily that focuses just on our industry, that
Yep.
just wants to train. There's lots of training companies out there that
Absolutely,
would,
yeah.
whatever,
For
but
sure.
they have no idea how different our industry might be than maybe IT staffing or clerical or whatever, right?
I can't tell you how many times we come into a company that's already gone through recruiter training, like the recruiter. I won't even mention the full name, but there are training programs out there
Sure.
that other companies use and still use. And we hear a lot of feedback about those programs compared to ours. The number one thing is what you just touched on, that we're focused on travel healthcare. Our experience, like all of our team has worked a desk, whether it's as a recruiter or account manager. I mean, we've all been responsible for setting up housing, processing payroll, doing all the different elements that are so critical to this business. And I think that is unique, as you mentioned.
I think you're absolutely right. And I think that's where I've seen maybe some lack of success along the way in some of this is when you've never had to process a time card, when you've never had to negotiate California rates, overtime after 8, whatever, when you've never had to sign a contract or fire a nurse or whatever, right? If you've never done that, then you have no idea what you're stepping into.
Totally agree. And I think that it's to come from the outside and to look within a business and offer them any kind of insight without that background is really difficult. You know, hats off to those companies that do that, because that's got to be a tough job.
Yeah.
To first try to understand the business and then to offer insight.
So give me a success story that you've had.
Oh man, there's been quite a few actually, and I mean, not any one of which I'm more proud of than really Atlas. And I'm gonna give you kudos because it's not Moxie, but truly you are the first success story, and we talk a lot about you guys and your success as a business. And I think that, you know, we're proud to have been a part of the Atlas story. You know, you and Steve are friends, and a lot of the folks that work within this building are friends. And so seeing your success and knowing that we were a part of that early success
Awesome.
is the first true success story.
And a lot of you guys don't know, so Adam and Sherry trained a lot of the recruiters that you guys probably know from Atlas right now, like Adam Collette and Chris Madrigal, and, you know, guys early on that were key to our growth came out of your training program, who are very, very successful recruiters now in their own unique ways, right? There can't be, well, there could be, but there can't be two different, you know, personality or styles than Collette and Madrigal, right? I mean, if you know these two guys, they're characters, both of them are, but in their own ways. And the fact that you and Sherry tailored a program that kind of fit all of their needs, that got them the basics that they needed, and then the building blocks after that, means a lot.
And I think that that's an important, the point you just made is so important. The process of recruitment, sure, there's a fixed process, you know, there's a cycle to it, but the thing is, the execution is individualized. So like you mentioned, Adam and Chris, totally different personalities. How they execute, how they interact with their travelers is totally different based on their personality. And we love that. That's actually something that we really try to empower recruiters when they go through training to use those bits and pieces of their own personality, bring those to the table, be genuine, be who you are when you're interacting with your travelers. And that's going to come through.
All right. So final question.
Yeah.
And it's not even a question. This is all you. Where can they find you? How can they find you? You know, if a company's interested in training, but they don't understand, you know, what the first step might be, this is your chance.
All right. Website is moxiementoring.me, and you can reach out to me. I'm going to give you my phone number, which is 402-982-9201. We're happy to talk with you, whether it's consulting, training, coaching. We're happy to see if there's something that we can do to assist your team. So tell me what stands out to you about what we do as a business.
I'll tell you just from, it was exactly what I just talked about, with the ability to adapt and train those different personalities out there. Because, like I said, there is a huge difference between how Adam Collette recruits and how Chris Madrigal recruits. And there's a difference between their personalities. And you guys found a way early on to tailor a program that fit, that gave them everything that they needed, and then you gave them that the bones to continue on, right? That continuing education to get them to where they are now. I mean, they're two of our best recruiters. They're the foundation of how Atlas grew, and you guys trained them. I'm not a good trainer. I'm not. I'm horrible at that.
Well, I have to hats off to each of them because they're both extremely smart guys, and not to mention just great guys. And I think that's number one. You know, we hear that all the time with training. You know, can you come in and train our team? Yes, we can, but I can't hire your team, and that's another part of it. So you guys have hats off to you for, you know, good hires.
Thank you.
And good people. And that's what's made you successful.
Yeah. Well, and it's that foundation that we had that kind of has continued on from there, because they've been very integral in training the people that come in after this and helped, you know, grow Atlas to where it is now. So you guys are busy. You can't just focus on us anymore. We were spoiled early on. You know, your first client, we spent a lot of time together. And,
we did, yeah.
But you are very busy now. You've got a lot of clients out there that I couldn't be happier for you and Sherry.
I appreciate that.
So Adam, thanks for coming in. So one more time, phone number, email address.
Okay. Phone number 402-982-9201. My email is adam@moxiementoring.me.
All right.
All right.
Adam, thank you.
Thank you, Rich.
We'll see you next week.